Well, hello there. This is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage. And today is going to be a whirlwind. I have got a few projects I'd like you to do with me. And, oh, I see my video over here on the side. Let's see if I can get myself going. As usual, I'm hitting it. It's doing nothing. It's like, computer, respond, okay? So I don't know what I've done, but it's not going, and I'll get that in a minute. As soon as I can see what's going on, I'll know if anyone's on with me. Until I can get it going, I can't even really. Oh, hey there, I see somebody, Mary. Good to see you, Mary. I hope things are going well for you. Today is a day I think that you usually are getting treatments done, and so this is probably a time that it's nice to have some kind of distraction. So hopefully this will be good for you. I'm kind of adjusting my desk as I speak. It has been crazy around here. This week we're going to go down to Los Angeles and see our daughter and her husband and their new little girl. So we're very excited about that, but it's like, wow, it's hard to get everything done when I'm the garden is going great. Jeff's out there right now. He just noticed that a big pot was not draining. He said, should that pot be filled with water? It only has one of the most beautiful clematis in our garden in it. So my skirt is somewhat wet, or scorched actually, somewhat wet from when I tried to get out there and do something about it like just minutes before. So yeah, I actually got my hair curled, but I didn't spray it, so it's going to be totally flat by the time this is done. And you can see my cheeks are already red. I have been working crazy. Yep, waiting. But I hope, Mary, things are going well. Been keeping you guys in our Crow's Nest Crafters prayers. I know that I'm not the only one doing that, and that is not fun, but at the very end of it, it should be a good result. So I am going to get to the drawing. I do, oh, let me put my fan on. That might actually help me a little bit there. Okay, I still have to cut out my names, so I'm gonna kind of run through a couple of things. I've got the names written down of the people who shared, so make sure that you, people, as you come on, I appreciate you sharing the video, because Facebook likes to hide all of my stuff. It's only because they aren't, I don't think it's because they dislike me or anything like that. I think it's just a matter of there are so many of these videos out there, so many of us, and many people have a lot more of an audience. So I suspect that they are doing what marketers do, and whoever is popular, they're going to share that a lot more often than those of us who have a small audience. So I do really appreciate you sharing it. Anytime you can put the word out to a friend to watch, it's a nice chance to win something. I don't think that the other people doing it actually give what I give. I could be surprised, but they have a lot bigger Stampin' Up! Audience, and they actually get sales and whatnot, and yet I don't think they give very much as a giveaway. And that always just kind of makes me sad, because I feel like this is a real blessing to me. It's a way God has really blessed me. He's blessed me by keeping my 100+ pounds off. That's no easy thing. It's something I speak to God about daily. Jeff and I went to Spokane to visit our son really quick yesterday, and we weren't really going to eat out, but that Frank's Diner in Spokane is open, and I was so excited about that. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. So we did go out to eat, and Jeff and I both had our typical favorite lunch, which is a corned beef, the Reuben sandwich. And so it was like a giant sandwich and French fries, and I thought, oh man, I'm going to gain 5 pounds eating this, but actually, God was good, and I had already gained a pound from the week before, whatever. So it's like up, down, up, down. So after we get back from California, I have got to be really good. And Linda, you and I are good. Hi, Aunt Connie. It's good to see you. You and I are going to lose that. Oh, Linda, you lost the 10 pounds. Good for you, but I still have to lose it. I've got to lose the 10 pounds and the 5 pounds. Anyway. Yeah, I love Reubens. It's the kind of thing we never have at home, you know. All right, so for everybody who shares the video, your name goes in this little pot. Each week I draw out the name, and you get to have, if you get to win, collect these are each worth $5. I send it to you. You need to keep one for shipping and handling for me because I can't afford to give out a lot of shipping and handling. But at any rate, share those videos. You get into the pot, you get a drawing, and Linda, you won and already redeemed. So you should have got your embossing folder. I think that's what you wanted. Anyway, you wanted something. I don't even remember what it was, but let me know if it doesn't arrive. It should have arrived by now, and if it didn't, it better, like this week. All right, we will see who won the drawing from last week's video. Last week, I had to search for my video. It was like they super buried it. Anyway. All right, let's see who wins this week. It is Michelle. Congratulations, Michelle. You're not on with me right now, but I'm going to tuck that into its little spot where I won't lose it, because like 1 week Freddie won 2 times because Linda had won and I'd forgotten, and it was a while before I saw her video, before I saw, oh, that's where it was. And so I'm making sure I put them in the right place. All right, you've been fighting the same 5 pounds. I'm sorry. You don't have that yet. Okay, well, thank you, Linda, for letting me know, because I ordered it last week for you, and so you should have got it. If not, you should get it any day now. All right. So I am going to show you something that Erica Serwin did. Now, let me just really quick show it to you. It's really cute. Now, I'm going to do it with today's stamp set is the Nothing Better Than. That's the one I'm doing. But I wanted, what she made, she did a little tiny one. It was super, super cute. But I wanted one that did a full-size chocolate bar. Because, you know, these little guys, when I'm not trying to lose 5 pounds, are perfect. Okay, let me do you a little diet thing. I can't resist chocolate. So this is not always a good plan for me. But when I am down at the weight I should be, it actually works pretty well. For the whole bar, it's just 220 calories, okay? And then each bar can be divided neatly into these little tiny segments. So if I can be strong, and in a normal time when I'm not trying to lose weight, this works pretty well. Just limit yourself to 1 or 2 of those little squares. It kind of gives you a little chocolate, you know, for your day. And yeah, it just kind of depends. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm not so good. So anyhow, I'm going to show you how to do Erica Serwin's, and I'm saying Erica a few times here because I want to make sure she gets the credit for this this design. It's pretty cool. I'm going to put the camera down so you can really see it. And I don't know what the carb count is, Linda. Like, I don't know. You'd have to get the bar and figure it out. All right, so I'm going to put my glasses on, and I'm going to move my little notes here to the side because let's see, I've got a new host code, and I've sort of got it just stuck on a note. Stampin' Up! Actually has a new thing going with our demonstrator business website, which is our storefront. So if you are a demonstrator, I just want to encourage you, you might want to, you can get that when you know, first sign up for that, you can get it for 2 months free. And I am excited that I can plug this into every image that I share. So that might convince you to maybe give it a try. You can get it 2 months free just to check it out. All right, I'm gonna move the camera down. So I'm hoping that it doesn't like totally discombobulate here. All right, so let me put this down just for a minute so you can see this. And I'm gonna have to stretch my arm across. Let me put it up while I'm stretching my arm across because I have to do this to try to get my video going so I can see your comments now that, oh, there I am. Okay. Off and off. Excellent. All right, Andy, it's nice to see you. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. All right, so this has got, I'm going to take these out. You can put 3 in here. That's the other thing when I give chocolate, it's like, well, I got to give enough chocolate because if I get chocolate and it's just a teeny tiny bit, that's nice for my diet, and I'm grateful for any chocolate that comes my way. But I want more than even just one. So we're going to put 3 in this box. And so Erica's design is that you get to slide, this double slide. Isn't that cool? And that way you have plenty of room for your your name to, from, a little note to whoever it is, and you have room to put your sentiment from your stamp set. In this case, today is a chocolate kind of day, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too, which is good. That's why I have 3 in there, because tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, right? So that's what we're going to do first, is this little box. So if you want to see Erica making this in a smaller version, go to her page and her Pink Buckaroo Pink Buckaroo, I think is what it is, page. Now, I have noticed that a bunch of women, well, not a bunch, but I can't think who it was that I first saw. They're layering sometimes, and this has turned out to be a much better way of getting a raised, skinny thing, is you just layer it. So I don't have any dimensionals on that, and we're going to see how to do that. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to put you up a bit because I'm going to need to get out my cutting board, and we're going to cut. Now I do have some things cut out already because I did want to do all of these. These are the cards we're doing today. So I'm going to do this one. This is also a design by someone in Germany. I don't remember who. So her words were in German, but this is a super cute design that she did. And then we're also going to do this one. All right, so let's get going. Now on this box, all you're going to do is you are going to cut this. Let me see what my scribbles are here on the side. You're going to cut this 10.5 inches. So you take your cardstock. This is Rococo Rose. And you're going to cut it 10.5 inches. And I'm doing 6 inches across because that's what this width is. This is 6 inches across, but you could do it any size. You could just make it. You take your candy or your little bag that you're going to shove in there, and just measure it, and then you just cut it the width that you want, and that's what you get. So that's what this is. Now you might want to mark the score lines. When Erica did her video, I had to go over and over and over it. Plus, I don't think I was writing them accurately, and she is a perfectionist, so I know it wasn't her. But if I had trouble with it, it's possible someone else might have too. So you might want to write these score lines down. So you're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so we're going to do 1/2, and then at 3 inches. Okay, and 5.5 inches. Now, hers might have been slightly different too because she had a different package thing going, but I think it was the same. And then 6.5 inches. Okay, so I'm just keep going. 6.5 inches. Now 9 1/8. So we're going 9 and just 1/8 of an inch. That's what that's saying here. 9 1/8. And then finally, the last one is 10 1/8. Okay, so 10 1/8. All right, and then that's all the score lines that you have. So here you can see this is the side of the box right here. Okay, that's the side. This is your bottom panel. This is the next side of the box. This is your top. And you've also, I'm sorry, I gave it to you in the reverse. This is one side. This is going to fold over. Okay, so this is your little pocket. This pocket is going to hold your slider. So it kind of keeps your slider down on the bottom of your box. All right, so we're going to fold this down. This is going to, this side. You're gonna fold this over. This becomes your bottom pocket. And then here's your side of the box. There's your top, and this is gonna sneak in here. All right, let me show you the next part. We need a little cellophane bag. Now this is just one that I had some magnetic sheets came in. Hi Karen, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I don't get to see you all the time. Right now our Crow's Nest Crafters group, we usually get together once a month for our team meeting, and we get to do a fun technique or something. We do something for fun, and we haven't been able to really meet regularly since all this started. So I'm going to be really glad when things can get back to normal. And this month we could have, I think all of us now are just like done with the social distancing thing. I don't know, but I think most of us are not in a situation right now where we have to be super careful because of health concerns, because the people on our team that actually do have to be super careful live away from me anyhow. So because they would probably have to be very careful right now, but they don't live here, so they wouldn't be able to join us in person. So they're used to just joining us online anyhow. Now I'm going to take this cellophane back. Doesn't matter. It just needs to be this one. I'm going to make it, this is 6 inches across. So let me look at my little tabs here on the side. I've already cut my tabs out. And let me check the dimensions on these, because I kind of just used my scrap that was left over from this sheet to cut this out. So this is 2 1/8, but I might even make it 2, because I want it to slide easily here. That might be a little close to the edge. You can see there's room, but I actually want these, I believe I want these 2 inches, not 2 1/8. So let's just cut these 2 inches right now. Okay, 2 1/8 would have been fine, but I just want to give myself some room. And my cutters, like, I gotta change my blade. They're leaving little fuzzies. All right, so that is 2 1/8, and then this is 5 1/4, but it could be 5 1/8. It could be 5 also. It doesn't have, it just needs to be smaller than this by a little bit, not a lot. You just want it to be a little smaller than that width. Okay, so what I need to do is I need my plastic. This is the part that slides. This is the magical part that Erica came up with. Now, maybe she got this from someone else, I don't know, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, she's so smart. So we're gonna put this on top of this plastic. So our plastic needs to be just a little bit bigger than this. So I'm gonna just use this as my little guide and just snip, snip, snip. Okay, now it did have some adhesive already right here, because if this was something that I had gotten my, in our it's the kind of plastic our dies come in, and embellishments, it's that kind of plastic. And I don't really want that ridge, so it doesn't have to be like a super straight cut. It can be, I'm kind of shaky here, that's funny. My sugar must be low this morning. I feel like, oh, I know what it is. I had a cup of coffee. I've been I've been having tea. I know tea is supposed to have like the same amount of caffeine in it, but I'm telling you, the caffeine in tea does not affect me the same as the caffeine in coffee. And I think I had only 1 cup. Maybe I should have had 2. Should have had 2 cups, and then I'd probably be fine. All right, so, all right, so I just took that whole sheet. This is how long it is. It just needs to be long enough to wrap around, and as you can see, it's close to the right size with my little thing out, but I'm gonna cut off I'm gonna make it a tiny bit shorter. I just want it to be just long enough to go around. Did I cut it too short? If so, I still have another piece. I did, I cut it too short, so I better get my piece out again. And now we're gonna do the shorter side that I had here, because I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. I need that little flap on apparently. I thought I could cut it off, but it actually was necessary. All right, so we're gonna make do with that. Even though it's a little bit shorter. All right, there we go. Karen, caffeine affects you that way too? Wow, maybe it's something we should be aware of. I don't know, but all right. Okay, so I want my little flap. Don't cut you off. So what you're gonna do with your cellophane, now mine has this crease because it was, you could use like a, you know, a big piece that you got your paper in. Sometimes it comes in a stiffer kind of, this is the stiffer kind of cellophane, but you do not want to use the window sheets. The window sheets are too thick. You need something that's very flexible. So I'm just trying to get rid of my little crease that was in the bottom there by creasing it the other way. Now that's pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let me remove my cutting board for a minute. And what we're gonna do, I am gonna just stretch this around. I'm gonna use that adhesive since it's there handy. It needs to be, you know, snug, but not too terribly snug because it's going to be sliding. Okay, so I just used that adhesive right there. And I want something a little stronger than that because that's not going to, that's not gonna last. This is a new snail. I only have 2 snails and then I can use my new adhesive that's from Stampin' Up's got 2 really strong adhesives right now. Now I don't wanna go onto that pink. So I'm gonna be careful not to go all the way to the edge because I wanna make sure that there's no sticky here stopping the slide, the magic slide, but I want that to stick on there really good. Okay, so did anybody see this video from Erica? If so, you already know what I'm doing, and which is fine. I think seeing things again isn't a harm at all. All right, so this is, oh, it's a little more than a half. This is actually 5/8 of an inch wide, and this is just gonna be the tag, so it's just 4 5/8 long, and I'm using our Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. Okay, this is the doubles punch. Michelle, you and I played with this, and I've learned that it actually is, I like it. I've gotten used to it. It does make little pull tabs really nicely. So I'm gonna just put a whole the same end on either end, and then I'm gonna just cut this in half. So I'm just shoving that in there. Maybe I should lower my camera so you can see what's going on. And we're gonna get it in there right. I want it to be centered. There's that side, and now we're gonna do this side. Like that. No, like that. Okay. Let me get rid of those pieces. That I'm getting resigned to it. That punch, it's nice to have the extra sizes so you can do a whole bunch of different things with this. Now this does not have to be perfect. You can just snip it in half anywhere. And what you're going to do is you're going to have a piece here with this here, and we're going to sandwich it. So, oh, I should have cut, I actually needed 2 of these, or 4. I needed 4. Now this one's going to be shorter because I don't want to take, do I have an extra? Let's see what I've got. Oh, good, I do. I have some more Rococo here on the side, so let me just grab that because I need, we're going to just do this really fast and easy because these slide parts they don't show so much, so it's not like that big a deal. Doesn't have to be like that perfect. Oh my goodness. So how are you? Oh, hey Freddie. It's good to see you. Did you hear that Michelle won our drawing today? And Freddie, you should have an abundance of those little coupons that I've been sending out. You should probably redeem those sometime. All right. All right, so there we go. We got that. And today what I'm gonna do later when I've gotten to something a little less complicated than this, I am going to share with you, Jeff and I, we like to read Dear Abby together. Where's my glue? Oh, there you are, glue. And, to this last weekend, ladies, Dear Abby had some real winners. I'm going to put some glue on here. So I did not do my Babylon Bee thing today. Today is going to be a Dear Abby day. It's going to be fun, fun, fun. You're going to love these. Jeff and I, every day, we get a good laugh out of Dear Abby's advice. It's generally pretty bad advice. I suppose sometimes it's good, but most of the time we get a good chuckle. And I think you're going to like Jeff's take on it. He's pretty funny. It's one of the reasons I married him. You're saving them forever, Freddie? You're sweet. Thank you. You're very kind to me. So I'm just taking these two pieces. Again, this is just 2 inches by 5 1/4, and we're taking that little tag. We're gonna stick it right there. Put a little bit more glue on there so that it sticks good. All right, and then, and if you see me shaking again, remember it's just because I had a cup of coffee. I'm actually fine. I'm just like, wah. All right. So now what we need to do is we're going to put one of these little slides on one side and one little slide on the other slide. Now the key to the slides is that you want it to stick out far enough that they can see the tab. But when I got done with mine, I didn't, on this one, I could barely see my tabs, okay? So let me take those out. So, I think this time I'm gonna have my tabs sticking out a little bit further. There you go. See, it actually works really easy. I'm thrilled with this design. This is just really exciting to me because I'm seeing lots of holiday, fall. You could use, you know, everything, right? Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, everything. I'm gonna cover up this little slide, and I'm going to stick it where I can see my tab. And I only want to put adhesive on the very end of the... And you could use glue. I used glue, and that was fine. But you have to hold it a long time. Because cellophane, it takes a long time for the cellophane to really, you know, dry. So I had to hold it like a super long time, but it gave me a really good grip. You like Dear Abby, Freddie? You're gonna remember these then, the ones that I'm doing. And yeah, shaking is something a whole bunch of us have issues with. So I figured today I was kind of off base a little bit because I already shared with everybody that Jeff saw a pot that had like a full, our sprinkler was filling it up. So it was my clematis. I have it's like a big barrel. And I have a clematis in it. And it's a beautiful one. It did so well this year. I was so excited about that. And he said, he was just looking out just before I came on, saying, should that barrel be full of water? I was like, what? Full of water? No. Okay, so you've got your cellophane there. You've got your slides taped on, and I'm checking it to make sure that they're sliding okay, and they are. Now this is the little pocket. So your little pocket is going to fold right over here. Now I do want glue on my pocket. I could, for you know, video's sake, making this fast, I could use tape, but I want to make sure this is going to be glued on here good. So we are going to have to hold it. I want to make sure that does not flop up as people are sliding, because that's going to take a whole lot of pressure with whoever I give this to, especially if you give it to a child. They're going to be slide, 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 slide until it breaks, which might be in like 2 minutes, but I'd like it to last the 2 minutes. And now this is your box part, okay? So this little part is gonna slide. I wanna glue it right under my cellophane there. So I'm gonna take, again, some glue. And we'll just stick it on here. Now I've been reading pop-up things, and the key to pop-ups apparently is the judicial placement of glue. You want to have enough to glue well, but you don't want to have so much that it goes out and over and glues things you don't want. So this could be tricky, sliding it in here underneath my cellophane with my shaky hands right at the moment, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, so now I gotta hold. Hold. And I probably have extra clips, but I didn't get them out. Where are they? I don't see any. So I'll just take that one off, and we'll put that one there and hope that inner pocket's holding well. It probably is. I'm gonna stick my hand in there and push down on that in the middle part where my clip wasn't to hopefully get that to stay on really good. Okay, here's one of the Dear Abbies. Are you guys ready? This is gonna be good. You're gonna love this. Here's the letter. I have two close dear friends. They're my inner circle. Both are extroverts and quite talkative. I'm an introvert and I'm quieter. My problem is I can't get a word in edgewise when we're together, and I'm not sure how to tasteful or tactfully address the subject with them. Any ideas? Okay, now I'm sympathetic already with the other women because I'm fairly talkative, but on the other hand, I have a lot of sympathy for the woman who's writing too, because although you guys wouldn't know it, I'm actually a very quiet person, and my friends from high school would attest to the fact that I'm actually a very quiet person that does not talk, all right, in normal circumstances. And I have had my share of being talked over in a group. So it's like, okay, I can see both sides to this issue. Now, I'm not going to get any further yet because I've got to finish this box first. So on this part, what I did is I just took, this is an old piece of DSP that is the 6x6 wood grain, but you could use anything. And let's see, did I trim it already? No. So I've got to trim that. So let's see, I am doing it, it looks like I've got 5 5/8, but I could have done it even a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and do 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, so let's get out that cutting board. See which side I like. I like that side. That's nice. Okay, 2 1/2. Is that what I said? I think so. Let's try it. 2 1/2. It looks about right. Okay, 2 1/2 by, I think I said 5 3/4. That looks right. 5 3/4. Right there. All right, let's see. Is that right? Yep, that's pretty close. It's a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll skinny it down just a bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right, so I, again, sympathetic a little bit with both people. Did anybody read this, Dear Abby, already? Okay, so I just felt like as Jeff and I were going through, Jeff's response to this was hilarious, and I thought pretty typical of how guys might respond to this, so much differently than a woman would. So I'm going to just glue this down. Okay, like that. When you're shaky, you might want to use that other glue. Just saying, I'm not sure how that's going to work, because once I've got this one shoved on there, it's not moving. So hopefully I'm getting it on there good. Okay, so guys might say, if a guy heard this, Jeff said, if a guy had so Abby's response was that you should say, hey folks, I can't get a word in edgewise. And if you say it with a smile, it shouldn't be insulting because it's the truth. So Jeff said, if a guy said that, hey guys, I can't get a word in edgewise. the guys in the group would look at him, like just look, okay? Not say anything, have their mouth open, you know, tongue half hanging out, looking at him, just like, look, dude, and say nothing. And then also say nothing for about 10 minutes and let him carry the conversation. And then they would completely ignore him. And that would never come up again. All right, so I'm gonna give you some other responses in a minute, but I need to get out the tags. So I used the stitched nested dies for these, okay? So let me see if I put them away. No, I didn't. Here they are. Good, good, good. So these are stitched nested dies, and I stuck tags on the wrong ones because I'm using those on the card. So let me see which ones I think I'm using. That one is that one. Good. Okay, we'll get that one out. And I bet the other one is the other one. That's good. No, it's not. That one I'm using for the other card. Must be this one. I don't really want to ruin my nails getting underneath those, but I kind of do. All right, that one's that one. So let's put this over here. You are going to be so happy to see what I got. I'm really happy with it. So I think you know what I'm doing, what I'm bringing over. And it is, voila, our new embossing cutting machine. It is fabulous. I'm really excited about it. It is, I needed a new one really bad. I'm glad they didn't come out with it earlier because I didn't need it so much earlier, but I have been kind of desperate these last, it does come, okay, so that you know, let me move it around a bit so you can see what's going on here. This is my old magnetic plate, because right now only demonstrators can order this. If you want it right now and you're not a demonstrator, please join our team. You could put it in your kit, but the machine comes right now until I think September, hopefully. It's coming just with this plate and your and cutting plates that has your little Stampin' Up! Name on it. Okay, comes with 2 of the cutting plates. Comes with this base. It also comes with a, this thin shim thing, and they're numbered so you know exactly what to use when, which has been so nice. And then it also comes with this. This is for your embossing work. It says not a cutting surface, so you do not use this as a cutting one. Okay, so that'll be nice to have a dedicated embossing one, and that's come in useful. I've already been able to do it without, wondering what am I doing. Okay, let's put this. But I need the magnetic one, so I'll be really glad when it comes out. And I'm using my old regular clear plates for the bottom, so that I can keep my nice labeled Stampin' Up! Ones on the top for you to see. And I'm going to just use that stitched nested die. I'm going to stick it right in the middle of this piece, because since so many of these leave double stitching around, then I can use that on another card rather than just throw it away. All right, so we'll roll that through. Wasn't that like a dream? I was a little hesitant because I heard it was not as heavy, and it's not. It's not as heavy as our old one that we've been using. So I was afraid it would really shift and not work well, and it doesn't. It stays put really nicely, and it's just doing a marvelous job. So I'm really excited about that. Now I need to do a very vanilla one. So let's just get a whole sheet of vanilla going. And we'll just stick that up there. Okay. All right, get in there. Oh, let's do this so I can see what I'm doing. Make sure it's staying nice. You can tape down your dies. If you don't have a magnetic plate up in the bottom, you can tape them down. But I just prefer not to have to do that. And there we go. All right, so we'll move this away for now, but we're not done because that's going to have to come back again before we're all finished. All right, let me move this down and see where we are. Now, dies. I need you to, I think this is the one I took my tag off, and I think I've already lost a die. No, there it is. All right. I don't want to, I should have cut 2 out while I had it there, because I need another vanilla like this. And okay, we're just going to stick you kind of helter-skelter in there so that I don't forget what I'm doing. I've got like super mega paper going here. All right, now for the dice. The stamps. Nothing's better than, I am loving this. It's so fun. Really like it. Oh, Mary left. Oh, well. Thank you, Mary. She's gone. All right, so here we go. This is what you can say if you have friends who monopolize the conversation and never let you have a word. Oh, there's my, I wondered, I had some extra plastic, but this isn't even it. I peel these off and I lose them. And I found this in my kit of junk over here on the side, and I thought it was this lost one, but it's too short, so it's gonna work for now, but it's not even the right one. All right, whatever. Okay, so what do I do? We need to stamp. Let me find my box so I see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, today's plan, consume. That's really all I need, and I'm just gonna do it in black. I could do it in brown. Maybe I'll do it in brown. That'd be nice. Let's find it though first. Today's plan, consume. All right. Okay, here's one thing you can do. You can to stop the conversation for a minute, and this is going to be working a little bit better. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Yeah, you have junk piles too. Thank you. Yes, I definitely do. I think I'll do soft suede, and I hope it's not gonna be too, browny. I kind of wanted the black. I don't know. Maybe I'll just test here on the side and see what I think. Yeah, that'll work. It'll be okay. All right, so I'm gonna just stick that in the middle, right there. And now we need to cut out that word chocolate. Are you on pins and needles wondering what to say? Probably not. I think most of us who do Stampin' Up! Do not have much of a trouble speaking to people. But on the other hand, I have always been a very shy person, so I do think all crafting lends itself really nicely to quiet people. So there's probably a whole bunch out there. And I was quiet a long time ago, but I've sort of overcome all of that. We need to layer this word chocolate because I don't want to put dimensionals under it. And actually with this candy, I'm going to layer it too. So I'm not having dimensionals. And the reason is just because I just want it to be up without, I don't know, little things under it. Because sometimes when you're looking at it from the side, it's like, well, I don't know, I see all this little spongy piece, because you have to just do teeny, tiny pieces, and sometimes it doesn't stick as well either. And I want my glue on here, because this box, as you can see, this box is going to take quite a bit of action, okay? So I want everything to stay on it really well. So let me put this on the side over here. We can actually glue it together because since I don't have to stamp anymore, I should just glue it right now before I start losing pieces. All right. You can stop the conversation. You can say to your friends, this will stop it, but you have to be ready to start talking again the minute they stop. You can say, I think you have something in your teeth. I guarantee you that will work. And you could address it generally to the group, and they'll all wonder who's got something in their teeth. And they'll stop long enough for you to get your... Wasn't that smart? I would never have thought of that. I thought that was pretty good. All right, so chocolate. We need the word chocolate. Pink. Rose. Rococo Rose. Now, I was going to use this. Do I have another piece? Yes, I do. Good. I can save that still. Don't really want to use that up like that. let's put you way up here so that I can get that going without having to. Okay, we want the word chocolate. One of the times when I did this card, I cut out the word coffee several times, which is fine. I'll use it, but it's like I didn't want that many words. I didn't need, 3. I'm gonna do 3. I didn't need 3 chocolate or coffees. I needed 3 chocolates. Okay, it's only sliding because I have paper under there and the paper's shifting. If it was right underneath there, look at that. Comes right out. I didn't really have to do anything. That's what you want. This is when a die works like that, it's like, oh, you are a gem. Because I could do so many of you without having to resort to swearing every time I had to pick. All right. Not that I swear, but you know. All right. Here's another thing you can say. You can say, to get the conversation to stop so that you can get your words in, you can say, you sure look fat in that dress. Now, mind you, this is a guy saying to women what you can say if you are too much of a marshmallow to get a word in edgewise. I guarantee the conversation will stop. Now, they might not ever speak to you again, but oh well. All right, one more. We get one more here. I wouldn't recommend using that one, but if you don't really like them and you never want to see them again, it would work. All right, now it did kind of stick almost, but it came right out. All right, now there are these little pieces. I would run my brush over them, but for now I haven't been. Like you can see my green, because that's going to be in the next one. So I haven't been. Now you can save these if you do it judicious. There's that word again. Why am I using it? If you use this creatively or intentionally, maybe that's the better word, placed appropriately on your little card, then you could use this leftover, right? But that's not generally the way I work, and it's going in the scraps. Now, I have noticed with my old cutting plates, your cardstock leaves little color stuff, okay? And with my first plates, I just ignored it and figured, oh well. But then as I was cutting white and vanilla out, notice sometimes that transfers. So my recommendation is don't ignore your plates. If it gets colored cardstock on it, you might want to clean it a little bit. And I'm actually a cleaner, a clean cleaner, but sometimes when I'm busy working and crafting, it's like, I'm not going to bother cleaning that, but I can still see pink because I've been using it. Now this plate's getting worn, right? And I can always just turn it over too, but it's going to get used and colored on that side too. So just a word of warning, you might want to color it or wipe it down once in a while. All right, let me go back to our box. Are you the talker, Kathy, or are you the one that's quiet? What do you think? I don't know. Okay, let's take some glue. These are things, though, that you could use to quiet people down. Sometimes that's useful if you're having a class, a stamp class, and you're trying to give instruction on something, and they're having such a grand time with each other that they're not getting their work done, which means that their class that you had scheduled to last 2 hours might go 4 hours long, unless you can get them back to basics in getting cards done rather than just talking. So it could come in useful, right? Okay, so I just put tiny bit of glue. Now, because I'm shaky, this could be a challenge. You gotta kind of move fast. You want it to glue on there good. But on the other hand, I don't want it to be off. Oh, and it's kind of sticking. You kind of gotta get it just right. Quick. Not a lot of not a lot of time to maneuver it about. Okay. Once you do get it placed on there, just press really good to sort of seal the deal. And if it's off a tiny bit, like that one is just a tiny bit there, it's close enough. It's not a big deal. You can see it's off just a tiny bit. All right, there's this and this. Now the cards I'm making are going to be really quick, so I know I'm taking a long time on this box, but I just thought you would love to see this box. It's pretty cool. I don't know how many people saw it from Erica's video. Probably all of you did, but if you didn't, just go watch it. She's always so funny anyway. You can always get a good laugh from something funny that happens to her. All right, there we go. All right, right there. Okay, it's on, it's on, it's on. Press, 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 press. And so now you have your nice, it's not as wide as a dimensional. So if you wanted higher, then you would want to just put like 1 or 2 more layers, but that's going to be sufficient for me. And then I want that right here on my label. So I'll turn it over and put some glue, not all over it. I just want it where I know it's going to be on that label, because I didn't stick my label to my box. Maybe if I stick my label to my box. Oh, I had a piece under there. Oh, well, I'm not doing it. Sorry. I had another mat under, and I'm not doing it. Like, oh, it looks like a gray. I had a basic gray mat under it, but you know, it's not even, yeah. I had it under there because I have it under the candy too. Kind of wanted it actually, but it's not happening, and that's okay. We can just do it different. All right, here's another thing you can say. Or actually, it's not even something you could say. So if you're so shy, you have a hard time even speaking, then this would work for you. To stop the conversation, just carefully, or not carefully, but accidentally spill water on the talker's dress right next to you. Spill water on her. She will stop talking. All right, there that is. And now all we need is the little candy, right? Where is some vanilla? Vanilla, where are you? I know I had some out here. Well, we'll just start another sheet of vanilla because I don't see you. I think I'm gonna use, I think I used black. Maybe that's soft suede. Now your candy comes with a fill color, but I'm not using it because I wanted to just get all these colors together in one group. So I'll just color them with the blending pens. All right, so here's our candy. Oh, doesn't that look yummy? What kind of candy do you like best? Other than chocolate. Okay, do you like those chocolate truffles? Oh, yum. That's what I thought of when I looked at these chocolate truffles. And then I really like those orange, or no, not orange, lime. They have lime ones that have that vanilla. So we've got a vanilla, but I had to match it. So, you know, I had to put some, a little pink swirl on there. I'm going to use the ivory for that vanilla, if I can find it in my case. All right, we're gonna use a little ivory, but no, I didn't use ivory. I must have used pink. Let's see, that pink? I didn't think I did, but I might have. So we'll just do that on the bottom, and then our light petal pink on the top. So that's this is my lime one, but in this case it has to have a little bit of Rococo Rose on it. So there's our light Rococo Rose. So we'll do the little swirl, the light Rococo Rose, and let's see, we'll do Rococo Rose for here and here And here. That's going to be too dark, so let's grab Flirty Flamingo, light Flirty Flamingo. That'll make it a little lighter. There we go. And I think I used soft suede, but now I'm looking at it and thinking maybe I used our cinnamon. I love our cinnamon. That is such a cool color. Fabulous. Maybe I used bronze. Let's grab that bronze out. I use bronze a lot. So much so that I don't see you. There you are, bronze. Okay, let's see if it was bronze. I think it was. It looks like bronze. So I'm kind of doing, you know how chocolates, your favorite kind, have a little bit darker at the bottom, and maybe it's got, you know, chocolate fill or caramel, so they do this extra little almost like darker chocolate at the bottom and milk chocolate at the top. Can you tell I like chocolate? All right. I'll try to stop with the chocolate. All right, so I'm just doing a little more cinnamon there just to try to get a little bit more shading. And if I really wanted to, oops, that's cinnamon. Let's keep you guys together. If I wanted to, white chocolate. Yeah, white chocolate is good. Here, let's see what Andy says. 2 teacher tricks to stop the conversation. Turn the lights off and just raise your hand in the air. Yeah, I know, Andy, but teacher tricks don't work in real life. Like, right? They don't. They do only because the students are captive and they haven't got the ability to just run out the door and leave. So teacher tricks actually don't work in real life. They only work in the classroom. Okay. So it would be hard to turn out the light in a restaurant. You don't want to alarm everybody, just the people in your group. Okay, let me get that die and cut this out, but let's do snip, snip, so that makes it a little bit easier. Where are you? There you are. And so I want to use this die a couple of times because I think I'm going to, where is that Rococo Rose? We're going to cut out one here. We're going to cut that out. And I actually have a layer of basic gray. So let's see if I have a scrap on the side of basic gray. Make a space. Did I clean that? I think I did. Looks like I did. Let's stick you back in there. All right, here's another thing you can do. Another way you could stop. Now, this is my suggestion. After Jeff came up with his suggestions, I have suggestions too, because his were funny. But I figured, well, shoot, if you're getting ugly personal, then you could go all the way. You're never going to have these friends again, right? You've already insulted them thoroughly just to get your word in, so might as well just go all the way. You could say to someone, again, randomly to the group, have you found out who your husband is sleeping with yet? That would definitely stop the conversation, I guarantee you. All right, now, how about, when will your kid move out of your house? That would stop the conversation. You could just keep going with this. I think you know what might get you arrested if you kept going like this. All right, well, you might not get arrested, but after you've been assaulted by your friends who are thinking, man, what happened to you? You used to be nice. You're not. Not nice. Okay, there's my gray. I thought Jeff's were more funny. He's just a more funny guy than of course, I'm not a guy. Maybe that's it. All right, he's was a football coach for years and years, and in the coach's room, I think their humor gets well honed. They see a lot of things, plus
they're with each other for hours and hours, so they can get really funny. He doesn't share any of the stuff. That would probably be way too gross for me to hear. Guy stuff. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to layer this kind of going up. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the top, but leave the bottom so that we can see this tiny, tiny, tiny bit of gray at the bottom. And again, I lost it. You're supposed to stick when I stick you on. Stay. All right, so now you can just see a tiny bit of gray, and maybe a little less would have been good, but that's okay. And now we'll put our candy on the top because it's pink, so now it's got a cute little pink base. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. And now, if you wanted it raised more, you could put a dimensional on there. You could, again, just keep layering would work too. If you run out of dimensionals, this is what you can do. All right, there we go. And you are done. Now, oh, and you're not done because I forgot. Well, I'm not going to do the middle. You're going to have to just imagine it because this would take too long, and I want to do my cards. So I just cut out my stitched nested dies and stamped, colored my, I used the fill actually and used Rococo Rose. And in the stamp set, you get this tiny little star. Isn't it cute? And I put a little soft suede star on those. And then this one, I just took my soft suede stamp and stamped off a couple of times before I did the word chocolate, sort of randomly, with one really strong one in the middle. And then I just colored my stamp to get to, today is a chocolate kind of day, etc. And that on top, and you can kind of see what that was. And that worked out good. Let's see if it works good here. Okay, we put our candy in there. I can see my tabs this time a little better because I got them stuck out farther. And there you go. Slides right out. Okay, and it could go on either side. Oop, you're jammed. There you go. All right, I love that box. That's going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. All right, that is a side. Let's move on. All right, so for this card, let's do this one. I like this one. It's cute. And I might not have time to do both, but I might because I've already cut things out. So I did a little bit bigger card base. The card base for this one, now I put the actual dimensions on. Like many of you are probably like me. I use my scraps up, so I end up with odd shapes sometimes. This one's 5/16 by 8 3/4. And then I scored it at 4 3/8. So that's what this is. And I did not cut my soft suede, so I do need to do that. So the soft suede is going to be cut at 4 3/8 by 5 5/16. So I'm going to have to really eyeball my cutting board to get that 5 5/16. And then I probably am still going to end up having to use my scissors. Where are you, soft suede? Probably have to use my scissors to trim it. But we'll see. We'll see what I get. Okay, 5 and well, let's do the 8 3/4 first. So pull you out. All right, 8 and 3. Oops, that's 8 1/2. So that won't work. 8 3/4. Right there. All right, and then we've got 5 5/16. Or not 5/16, 5 5/16. I thought I said 15s because like these are weird measurements. Okay, 16ths, of course, are those the smallest line you've got. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just the one right past that 1/4 mark. Oops, what did I do? 8 3/4. I've already done something wrong. 8 3/4. That's not right. Oh, that was the whole card. You dope. We want 4 3/8. So let me make sure I've got this the right side. So 5 5/16. Yes. 4 3/8. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see if that's right. It should cover my base nicely, and it's not. Wow, this is why you just, if you are doing something from someone's dimensions that they've given you, like me, you might want to just be careful what you're doing, because like seriously, why was that so difficult? It actually is 4. It is 4 3/8. So how did I don't know, 4, no, it isn't 3/8. It's 1, 2, yeah, it is 4 3/8. Okay, I'm gonna just do this, making sure. All right, 4 3/8, try it again. All right, and this keeps falling off. I'm gonna have to get a new cutting board, I think, just because my track's getting so loose. It is constantly just falling out as soon as I flip it, and it's just beginning to annoy me a little bit, just a little bit. All right, this should be 5. This should be 5 5/16, is it? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it is actually not 5/16. It is, looks like 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's 5/8. That's why. All right, now we've got it. So when you're doing your projects that somebody's taken probably 2 hours to write out, don't be too disturbed if the dimensions that they give aren't exactly right. Oh, I hate it when that happens, though. Oops, I shouldn't be showing this. This is the naughty me. Pretend you didn't see this. All right, because I'm shaky, I am having to do that. Forgive me. All right, here we go. There's the soft suede. I've already cut out my blue one, which supposedly is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but now I'm wondering if it actually was. You might want to recheck if you're doing these. Just recheck. This is the sort of thing that you don't want to get bogged down on. The matte layer that you're creating can be any size you want. You know, it can be slightly bigger, slightly smaller. Don't knock yourself out on it. Now I'm going to have to stamp before I apply this, obviously. So let's go ahead and grab out soft suede. Okay, and our stamps. Where did you go? Ah, we want all these words. Now, you could use your Stamparatus, and that would probably go smoother. You're going to have less chance of making a mistake. Oh, I don't want cocktails. That's the one I don't want. I have that one in the wrong place. Cocktails, what were you doing on chocolate? I haven't even used cocktails yet. It's the kind of thing I don't... we do drink. It's not like we don't drink. I'm not opposed to drinking, but I don't promote it. I try never to promote it. Okay, so chocolate. I don't mind promoting you. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off and get my head in here. Sorry. This is the way it is, because I want this to be fairly accurate in the way I've got it positioned. So you want I'm gonna do my middle words first each time, and I'm just gonna switch just to make it easy for me. So we've got chocolate, we've got cookies. I do like that these are clear stamps, so I can see what I'm doing. If I couldn't see what I'm doing, I'd have to use the Stamparatus. I wouldn't have any choice. All right, coffee. I like how all of these go really well with the soft suede color. Coffee, yum, yum, yum. All right, now we're gonna turn. Let's go ahead and stay with coffee right underneath cookies. Okay, back to chocolate. Oops, I've got some soft suede on the side here. Okay, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Oh, that's cocktails again. I must have put it in the wrong. I keep putting it on my chocolate. Chocolate, not cocktails. Anyway, chocolate cocktails doesn't sound good, although I suppose they have, you could use, you know, that Bailey's Irish Cream. That's pretty good with all kinds of chocolatey things, right? Isn't there a Kahlua or something too? It's pretty good. Okay. Cookies is going here and coffee there. So let's just keep going. Coffee. Maybe I'll use my small block and then I can leave coffee on there. Although I think this is the last one, isn't it? No. Okay, coffee. Right there. All right, and cookies. Somebody has done, have you seen the Cookie Monster card? That is so clever. I thought it was cute. If you have grandkids, they would love that. Right? Wouldn't it be an easy one to make with kids? The Cookie Monster, you just do, you know, big blue circle and his googly eyes. You could put googly eyes. That would be fun. Okay, cookies and coffee. And we're done with coffee now. Stick you on the right one. And chocolate. We need that chocolate back. Yes, chocolate. Anyway, you could do, with cookies, you could do any kind of cookies you wanted. Okay. Chocolate, we are done with you. Let's clean you and put you away. And what's this? Cookies? Cookies, yes, that's the last one. Now I smudged it there, but that's okay. Barely. Oh, cookies, you're not really gonna fit. What did I do? I should have moved my chocolate down a bit. Cookies, you're gonna have to fit, so we'll just do you right there. And so it's, you know, not quite perfect. Now, if you'd used your Stamparatus, Kathy, you could have done it perfectly. All right, so now what we need is our stitch nested die. Again, this is Pool Party. Let's get rid of you, and we'll just glue you on here. Okay. Applying my glue on the side. All right, there. And we've got, where did I put my, did I not do my other stitched nested die? I must not have, so let's cut you out. So we need, while we're there, we're gonna do this one too. So I need this little one and I need this bigger one. Let's get this tag off. My little washi tape off. Oops, stay up there. Hopefully. All right. I lost some things in my trash. What fell in there? Hold on a second. Oh no, I'll have to search through my trash later and see what I lost. I had a little crate that fell down into my trash can. All right, let me move some things out of the way so we can do this. Move you up. Get this back out. And we want this one. Oops, let's take you off. Now we're going to do you crooked. Get you both on here. Could do them like this, I guess. Because I'm not going to have enough left over to really do anything with them anyway. All right, there you go. And we're going to stamp a few things. I want to save this because I want to use this for my little coffee cup. This coffee cup, we've got 2 of them actually that are going to be raised. And, all right, let's put our dies away. I think I'm done with my dies. I don't think I need to keep you out. Love these stitch nested dies. They're really a good shape. All right, let's move you there. I don't know, maybe I should keep you there. I don't know. I don't want you to necessarily have to look at my lamp and legs and all of that, but on the other hand, when I start moving the camera around, I always get myself out of where you're actually looking. And then later on when I check to see, well, did that actually turn out okay? Then I can see, no, it didn't, because you kept moving things out of the frame again. All right, so what am I doing? I've got this on. Actually, everything is done, so let's stick this on top of Pool Party. Okay. There. Slide you around. Get you perfect. All right, and this one, let's keep you there. Let's just do those coffee cups while I'm right here. I'm gonna do black for them, tuxedo black. Now my cup's getting a little, I can feel some fuzz on the back. And if it does that, if there's fuzz on there, it's not going to stick as well. But anything is better than our old cling stamps that would never clung, you know. Last night I was using an old, couple of old Halloween stamp sets that were called cling stamps, but didn't actually cling to anything. Now in my other card, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 cups, but I can't get that many, but we're gonna go ahead and do at least a couple more here. Okay, and let's grab out this vanilla, and we'll just do a few more. Then if I flub one, I'll have a couple of extra to do. All right, I want these to be done with soft suede. Let's clean you and put you away. And I can actually rub the back of that, and that might get some of the, I feel some fuzz on there. I'm gonna have to actually wash that, I believe, with a cloth or something. Maybe some soap even, just make sure it gets really clean. Okay, so with soft suede, we'll do the candy first. Nope, that's the fill, but I do need that one, so let's leave it out. This is the outline. We'll do this with soft suede. Hi, Michelle. I love the new machine. Thank you for sharing. It is awesome. Oh, Michelle, you won the drawing this week. So congratulations. You had, it looked like a wonderful vacation. Glad you're back. But it looked like so much fun over on the West Coast. It looked like the weather was really nice for you. Was it nice the whole time? All right, let's see here. And I'm gonna just use soft suede again for the fill, but I do need to stamp it off, obviously. So I'm gonna see how many times. I think just once will be fine. So we'll stamp off once and position carefully, and there you go. Isn't that fun? I love it when I can get a really good color without ever having to color. That's kind of sweet. All right, and then our cookie. What's your favorite cookie? This is my favorite cookie, chocolate chip. Yum, yum, yum. Does not get better. I don't think anyway. There's no way you can hurt, even putting something like oatmeal in the chocolate chip does not hurt it at all. And I like chocolate or oatmeal cookies, but I don't like them with raisins. So you raisin fans out there, even a raisin cannot hurt a chocolate chip cookie, I don't think. Oops. Now, stamp off is fine, but you gotta stamp off the whole image, or it doesn't really, and I want a really light. Now I've got like, oh, look at this. There's this little spot. And it would, in this card, it's going to be fine because it'll just look like another chocolate chip. But if you want it to be smooth, you know, eyeball it and make sure you didn't have a little piece of lint stuck on there, because in this one you couldn't see where that was. But normally you might be able to. That little lint that was on there, apparently. All right, so we've got our cookies done. I've managed to stick my finger in the soft suede, so let's wipe that off, hopefully. Maybe I should wipe all the soft suede that I've got all over myself off, hopefully. All right, so now that I've stamped, I can stick it on, so let's do that. I don't have any dimensionals on here because I have those, the other label and the coffee cups are raised, so I don't want too much raising going on here. Michelle, since you just joined us, I have to tell you, I have to show you really quick what we just made, so hopefully you will see it. It's really cool. And it's, did you watch Erica's box that she was making? Because basically it's the same thing. It's pretty cool. All right, I should have stamped my today's plan and consume while I had that out, but I didn't. So let's look here. Today's plan, consume. Now, this is good because when you're dieting, it's okay to plan consuming. But if you're not planning it, don't consume. I could have done it with brown and that would have been good, but oh well, I did black. All right, so now we're gonna do our little coffee cups. Now that is not gonna work. That's not all the right color. This one's a mint macaron. Where are you? Pool party. Are you gonna be the last one? There you are. Light pool party. So we want 2 light pool parties. Actually, I just used the fill. I didn't color, so let's do the fill. It'll be quicker. If I can find the pool party stamp. There it is, pool party. So there is a fill stamp for the cups too, making it quite easy and quick. But I think I want to stamp off. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so stamp off, and it's pretty forgiving. So if you don't get a perfect alignment, it's gonna be fine. It can be pretty forgiving. All right, cut those out. And we're almost done with this one, and might not have time to go on to the next card. We'll see. I'll see how quick I can get it together. It kind of depends on how much I've pre-done already. I think I got most of it ready to go. And I don't want to keep you forever. Now, I should have placed it a little better, but it's still pretty close. Again, I love it when these are somewhat forgiving. Now, not so forgiving, like some of our old dies were so forgiving that it left like giant edges all around, right? So you don't want it to do that. Here, let's do this. Then I can stick it right in the middle where my magnet's gonna grab. Oops, best. I think. Let's move you. You're not cooperating, magnet. There you go. Now I'm not getting my plate all the way in there, but it's okay. Because I only have that teeny tiny one to do. It's fine. All right, there we go. That is trash. And we can get this on here. We do want, we want dimensionals on this. So we'll put the darker one there, we're gonna put the lighter one there, and then this one is almost done. Did I put it on the base already? Yes, I did. Awesome, it is done. All right. Get my glasses on, then maybe I can see if Michelle said anything about her trip. Rats, you did and I missed it. Somebody is talking to Jeff on the side of my screen, and that's sort of like blocking some of my comments. It's like, Jeff, you're not allowed to use Facebook while I'm doing this, as your comments are blocking my comments. What's the deal there? All right, so we're gonna just stick this here. So I'll have to read later about your trip because I'm not seeing it apparently, which is sad. Because I was curious about the weather. The weather is sometimes, really iffy on the coast. But it looked nice. It has been beautiful here. Our heat wave is done. We've had 80-degree weather. It has been so nice. Every day I've just been wanting to stay in the garden. Now, isn't that cute? So you can send that with some candy and everyone will be happy. All right, here's our last one. Now for this one, I am not going to waste time on these dimensions. I stuck them there, but just believe me, this is a slightly larger card, just slightly. Oh, let's peek. 5 7/8 by 9. So this is 9 1/4, 9 1/4. This is 5 7/8. And then this right here is 4 5/8. So I'm gonna put this Granny Apple Green layer on first. Okay. Oops, don't want to show you my contraband adhesive, but I do want to be able to position this with some movement and not have it adhere so quickly that I cannot shove it around. There we go. All right, very good. It isn't the most permanent glue, okay? I'm gonna just say I can move it, but it isn't the most permanent for me, though. That's a good thing. Because sometimes when I look at a card that I made, let's say I made a card like years ago, 2-3 years ago. So it doesn't even have to be that old. And I look at it and say, I never sent it to anyone. And the reason I didn't is because it doesn't meet my standards anymore. I either don't like the stamp set that I used, or I don't like the colors that I used, or I just think it's so old-fashioned looking. I just don't know anybody who I would want to send that to. This is Daffodil Delight. So we're going to do layer of Granny Apple Green, layer of... The other thing delightful about this adhesive is I can rub it right off without having to get a little rubber block out. Just rubs off. And so I look at the card and think I'll never send it to anybody, and I can use the card base. So rip, it comes off, and I have got a new card base I can put something on. So that's another reason I like the fact that it isn't so permanent. But if you're gonna send something to someone and you wanna make it last forever, you would wanna use Tombow. It will look and be perfect forever. It's very sturdy glue. I always use it for any bags, any 3D thing. I'm pretty much never gonna use this other stuff because it's not permanent enough. For a card, it's fine because I actually like people to throw my cards away. You can keep them if you want, but I wouldn't. I would throw it away. All right, there's a little spot on that, and there's a little spot there. So this is an extra very vanilla. I'm glad I cut 2 pieces out for today's project. And I suspected I might manage to ruin one. Now this one is just sized a tiny bit too big. So let me snip. Where's my board? Let's get just a tiny edge off there. Oops, oh man. Almost lost my score blade, but thankfully it did not come off all the way. Fantastic. All right, let's see here. Are you ready for another Dear Abby? All right, let's see. Let me find my other Dear Abby here on the side, and I'll share it with you as we go. All right, now first of all, before I share that, let's throw that on the side. Throw that on the side. Let me get rid of my soft suede. We're done with that. And we're done with the black memento. And that way I have a bit more room to go with here. All right, so here we go. I gotta look at this really quick here, because I don't even think that, the one I'm answering here, I don't even think that's the one. Oh boy, you're gonna love this one. Okay, so Dear Abby, she gets some real Lulus, right? And anyway, all right, so we had Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, and now using Very Vanilla, I just want to start. You're probably wondering, what are those squares? Now, Michelle, this is gonna look familiar to you. I'm glad you're here. I was hoping you would be. Michelle very kindly gave me, I think these are the ones you gave me, Michelle. Love these. Now, I actually have some that are similar, that are older than these. This is from 2003. I had some from 1995. I find these. You can find these at a yard sale, at Goodwill, super, super cheap, like for $1.50 or $2. And things that are as generic as this, look at that set. So Michelle, if you want to use it, I still got it, and you can come and use it anytime. And if you beg, I'll even give it back to you. You might want it because it's pretty cute with this stamp set. So what I'm doing, I'm taking that, and I'm pairing it with the square in Swirly Frames. I think Swirly Frames is still available. I don't have Retired marked on here, so I think this is a set that's still available. But you would have to get into your stash to find this 2003 set, but it's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna start with the Swirly Frames square. Okay, and we'll put that right here. And we're going to use Daffodil Delight, since that's our yellow that we've got going there. Okay, let me put this over here. All right, I'm going to put my card here so I can kind of see how I did this. I'm hoping this looks slightly smaller, just slightly smaller. So we're going to start with a square here. Now these don't have to be perfect. They're gonna overlap, but I do want one like right here also. And I want one kind of like right here. I don't want them to be, I don't want it to be symmetrical at all. I want it to, the reason I don't want it to be symmetrical is because I want my mistakes to still work. So that was perfect. I don't want anything to line up. Once you've lined something up, you are stuck with lined up. You want it to be perfect. So that's why I like stuff like this. It's abstract enough that oh good, Michelle, I see it is available. Excellent. I thought it was. It's abstract enough that if you don't have perfection happening on your card, it doesn't scream imperfection. And, you know, let's face it, most of us are not perfect, so that works out well for me. Let's see, I do still need Daffodil Delight out, and on these little squares, it looks like I used the cool dots. Aren't these retro looking? They are so cool. I love that. All right, we'll put that in this one. Now, because this is our old style, you know, it's like, oops. In fact, I did it wrong because I needed to do this first and then the clear one over because I could see it, but we'll give it a go. If I flub it up, I'll just turn it over and do it the other way. Okay, so I used the dots. Oh, looks like I used it a couple of times. I used it here too. Michelle, you must have done a really good job of positioning these, and you trimmed it nicely. That's the other thing about these. If you buy used ones, like, so see how I screwed that up, but it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be just fine. All right, so Daffodil Delight, we're not done with you. We'll just stick you to the side. And Flirty Flamingo. Oh, I like this one. This is probably my favorite one of these. So, whoever did this, again, they put it like right here. So I know this is where the corner is. If it was right in the center of the stamp, it would be harder to position. That's pretty strong. Let's stamp that one off before I do this one. There we go. I kind of like that better. Okay, and then Granny Apple Green's gonna be for the squares. Well, I don't want to close it because I'm not done. Granny Apple Green. I hope my camera battery's not going, because I'm going like over. This is 15 minutes over right now. Okay, Granny Apple Green. I'm putting an extra square right up there, and we're putting an extra square. Let's do it there, just to get a little more green in the card. I just was feeling when I did this, not quite green enough. So that gives us 3 greens. You want at least 3 and 3, and I only have 2 pinks, but we're putting 2 pink cups on, so that's gonna do. Let's leave the green because I want to get my little sparkler going. Put those away. And this stamp set's got a cute little star. Very cute. Very little. And I'm just sticking, let's stick green, green, green. If I've smudged anywhere, then that's a good candidate for a green dot. Okay, let's stick one there. And then we're gonna do, let's see, yellow. We kind of got a lot of yellow all over. You can't have too much yellow, really. The yellow, you just look and see, where do I want another one? That's probably good. Maybe one more like here. And then finally, Flirty Flamingo. Let's see, where do I want you? About there. Oh, let's see, where? Maybe here. Oops, I got a double. I'll cover part of that with a cup. There. When you get going on little tiny ones like this, you can just keep going. And so if you were doing an envelope liner, wouldn't that be cute with that too? All right, I think we're done. Oh, we're not done because I need to fill the cards, or the coffee cups. So actually I needed 5 coffee cups. So let's grab out another coffee cup. Memento Black. Okay. Get one more of those because we want 5. And we've got our fill color, so it's gonna go super fast. Again, stamping off, so we've got 1 green one. Okay, there's my Granny Apple Green. Put you away. Done. And we've got 2 Daffodil Delights. I think we'll stamp you off too. Okay, 2 of those. And then we're gonna do Flirty Flamingo. All right, here's my last Dear Abby for you. Oh, we need 2 of these. 1 and 2. Cute, cute, cute. My heart is heavy as I write this. Now let's stop here before I go on and do my sentiments. Today is a blank kind of day. So coffee is going to be the die cut done 3 times in Granny Apple Green. Let's find today is a, there you are, today is a something kind of day. Love that. When they have a sentiment that's already all separated for me and everything, I don't have to mess around. So I've got kind of day here. We'll put that on the bottom. Right. Oh, that's today is. I almost put that in the wrong spot. So today is a, and then kind of day. Yeah, it can be right underneath. All right, so my stamps, I am done. I do need the cup die out. And can I get you? And I need coffee. And take this. Okay, my heart is heavy as I write this. Does anyone remember having read this just like a week ago? All right. Since the pandemic started, my father-in-law has called us every couple of weeks to ask if we are safe and okay. I have heard nothing from my own father. Oh, that draws us in, doesn't it, right away? It's like, poor woman. Your father doesn't even call you? How terrible. All right, so we're going to cut out our little coffee cups. And let me see, where's my Granny Apple Green? There we are. So then we're going to use the coffee. Let's do this as we do all of it. Let's try to do it all together here. So here's my plate. Let's see if you can see it. I'm going to drag it out so we can see it. We'll see if I can. Sometimes my magnet doesn't cooperate. If my magnet doesn't cooperate, I just move it to another one. And then we can get coffee out here too. All in one go. All right, there we go. Okay, I finally called him. She's talking about her father, mentioning that I thought he would call to check on us. And his response was, I'm the adult. You should be checking on me. So I'm thinking, wonder why he is being so cold to her. All right, so let's get that off. I hope none of you wrote these letters. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Would be really embarrassing, and it would be just like me to put my foot in my mouth, so I apologize in advance if that's the case. All right, let's see here. Put that one there, and this on here. Rolling it through. Let's hope that works. And then she kind of tells us how old she is in the next sentence. All right, so here we go. In parentheses, she writes, I have 2 grown children and 2 grandchildren. So I was taken aback by the thought that I was not an adult. Which now at this point in the story, I'm thinking, if you have adult children and you have grandchildren, doesn't say they're adult grandchildren, but it does say grandchildren, and you have got to be probably 45 at the very youngest or older. Now, how old do you think the dad is if she's 45? And the likelihood is that she's closer to 50 than 45. How old do you think her dad is? All right, so get that one through, and that's all that I need for coffee. I just needed 3 little coffee cups. Don't you love how that falls out? I have not had to get out my little dye brush at all. Sweet. Now you know why I like this set so much. Okay, there's the other cup. Yes, I'm getting it off a little bit, but that's because I'm trying to read Dear Abby on the side here too. All right, now let's see. What else does she say? I mentioned that because he is not in a nursing home, which I'm thinking, he's not in a nursing home. So presumably he is quite healthy, living by himself, but so is she, right? She's much younger than the parent who she is complaining to. All right, let's try to get you centered better. There you go. Ooh, there we go. All right. He's not in a nursing home. He isn't in jail, and he doesn't have to go to work. So I figured he was much safer than my husband and me, who still must go out to work every day and be in contact with hundreds of people. Wow, she sure has a chip on her shoulder. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Centered, centered. Oh. Now I'm thinking at this point, reading, that this is not the first time she's complained to her dad about something. People who like to complain, and they do it a lot. And if you're the parent of that, not that I would know, because I actually don't have any kids that complain like this, but if I did, I think you probably know where I'm going. This isn't the first time. All right, so there, we are done cutting that stuff out. So I need to put those guys away before we get the end of the story. Michelle, you think he's 75? Yeah, I was thinking that too. Okay, I better go on here. I'm getting way too distracted with side conversations going. All right, so put those dies up. And we'll put the last on here, 75, but I'm thinking she's 50. So yeah, 75, that would mean that he was 15. Now, I'm thinking if she's 45, okay, but I'm thinking closer to 50, so I'm thinking he's probably 75 to 80 years old. He still lives by himself, which is unusual, and it is for somebody who's 80 years old, right? Well, actually, it's not unusual at all, but in people's view, sometimes they think that it is. So we'll put some glue on here. Now, I can't use my magic glue because I don't have a dropper for it. If I had a dropper for it, maybe, but it's pretty messy. And dealing with little things like this, I have just found just better to stick with the good old stuff that I know is going to stick really good once I get it on there. But, ooh, you do have to be careful about how you get it on there, because I want this to look like one word, not like three words. So there's one. Smash that together good. Get that stuck on there. And the third one. So I'm doing this because, again, I do not want the mess of little mini dimensionals that never really go behind these teeny tiny letters. Now, you could have taken our adhesive sheet on that last one, or even two of them, or three. You could do it on all three and adhesive it, but boy, I had to wiggle to get those on. So me with an adhesive sheet, I don't think so. I'm going to put the word on first, and then I'll do the cups. Okay, so anyway, she finishes her letter by saying, I feel like my father doesn't care about us. Oh my goodness. Very sad. He doesn't care about us or like, oh, here is the kicker. He doesn't care about us like our father-in-law. My father-in-law does. And what do you think, dear Abby? So the father-in-law, Jeff's answer when we were going through this together, his first answer was, I think the dad probably paid the father-in-law to call her so that he wouldn't have to, because she's such a pain in the butt and has been all these years. So he's paying him to call her. And the woman is probably needs a 2-week check-in all the time and has her whole life, and so he's just done. So that's possible. Anyway, the little cups are going to go here and here. You can put them however you want. They're pretty cute. I did really think that they just went really good with this let's see, want green? We want yellow here and green here. It only took me about 15 minutes earlier to figure out how I wanted those. So yeah, you're getting the shortened version since I did that already. And now I can use my dimensionals, and we're almost done. Sweet. I'm only a half an hour long, but we did do 3 projects, and we managed to solve Dear Abby's problem. Of course, who do you think side Dear Abby takes? She always takes the side of the writer, unless it is like outrageously, you know, totally so ridiculous. So anyway, she was sympathetic. Thought the dad was a real slob for not calling her, and father-in-law is a gem, of course, in which he probably is. But on the other hand, I think, well, he might know she's so super high maintenance that he wants to keep in connection, so he's super nice. There we go. That's done. And we can put it on here. Let's make sure I'm getting it the right way. Good, good, good. And we'll just do a little slip, 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 slip of something good over on the side. And stick you on. Wiggle you about till you're right in the right spot. I'm going to use this. I see I got a little extra on there. Ooh, a little extra juice, so to speak. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot. There we go. All right. Oh, so cute. Isn't this a cute thing? Ah, very nice. So yeah, she says he's very self-centered and whatnot. And I think, well, whatever. She could be really kind and be glad that she can call him anytime she wants to. Some people don't have the ability to do that because their dad has passed away, or because he was never a part of their life, and she could be really grateful and happy. So how come she's decided to be miserable and feeling bad? Oh well. All right, so you have gotten a lowdown on Dear Abby and some of the fun that the crows have together with Dear Abby each day. It's pretty sweet. And one thing about it is that it will always make your life really, really good and really sweet, right? Oops, close. I'm on low battery mode, so I have to go like super fast. So we did this today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. What do we have coming up? So this month, our cutting embossing thing that I just used today is not available unless you are a demonstrator or you want to join the team. So join our team. It's a fun one. Or if you already are a demonstrator, sweet. You can do it in your pre-order. And then I think it's in September, we are going to be able to order the magnetic plate, I hope, because but it did work. Just for you to know, the magnetic plate, the old one, works great, works like a dream. So if you already have one, you probably don't need it. And it was nice to have brand new cutting boards that have that logo on it. Very nice. And then let's see, anything else? Oh, Sweet Swirly Frames. It's available too, and I really like that. That's a good one. And goes really well with these kind of, cutesy stamps, right? All right, you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you have as great a week as we are. We are going to have so much fun in California with our little grandkids. So if you are with your own kids or your grandkids, make sure you give them a hug and enjoy it because they grow up so fast, right? All right. Thank you so much again, and I will see you next week. Share the video if you haven't already, and I'll enter you in the drawing next week. Bye. Oops. Bye. My finger is like shaking because I can't get it off. There we go. Bye.